just say less. Everybody rocking with us, just say less. Everybody rocking with us, just say less. Podcast good, baby, just say less. And we climbing up the charts, just say less.
Welcome back to another episode of the Say Less podcast. I am your host, Nike 2 Wavy.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy Morris Peanut, aka Dark Skin Jermaine. What's happening?
Saved by DeVale here. And of course you can't forget the amazing, the 10th, the shopping, the incredible.
I have arrived.
Hey.
I like this. I can go with this. You know, it's just preparing me for my later life. Everywhere I go.
I got you.
Yeah. So this is episode 15.
15 and 30.
Five.
Season 1, baby.
Season 1, episode 15. We going up. Say Less podcast, man.
Yeah.
How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend?
Wasn't too bad, man. Wasn't too bad. I went down to Houston. Hit up the Turkey Leg Hut down there.
How did that? Black
Right.
Owned Business Alert.
Yeah, man. It was fire, G. It was fire. But you know, I've been on.
But because I seen some tweets, so.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't never going back again because it take too long to get in there. First,
That's every black-owned
that's
business
really it.
in Houston, I feel like.
You say what?
That's every black-owned business in Houston, I feel like.
Man, that shit. Yeah, it was crazy. It took. I'm ashamed to say how long it took to get in there, but
How
I
long?
did, and it was fire. It was fire.
How long?
I don't even want to say.
2 hours?
Yeah, I don't even want to say. G.
It was more than 2 hours? Oh, hell no.
I don't even want to say, G.
H-time.
Man, I went to the Breakfast Club out there in Houston, and it took us a long ass time to get in there. And we went right when it was open, and it was like a line wrapped around the freaking building.
It was on a Sunday because I always go on a Sunday right before I leave Houston. And
Shoot, I don't know what day it was. It was on a weekend, but I don't know what day.
yeah, now they have a little like overflow where you can get like a shortened menu if you just go to a different building and eat.
I think I went. Oh, that was like 4 years ago though, low key. When I went last time I went.
Yeah, I plan on going back in a couple weeks though, but it was worth it, man. You know, the turkey leg was fire. You know what I'm saying? It was good. I got the Cajun bowl, which was good as hell, man. So I won't be going back there, but I'm going back to Houston, try some other spots.
Oh, yeah.
So Dallas actually has a lot of places with the turkey legs and stuff like the turkey leg cut here now. I've been seeing it. I know Harris House of Heroes, they have them. And there's a couple other spots that I've been seeing on the DFW Black Owned Restaurants Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, I got to check it out. Find me somewhere to go. Y'all over there, y'all eating good, man.
Man, so I did go to my Black Business of the Week. So I went to PYT. It's what it stands for. I think it stands for Pretty Young and Trendy Social Grill and Lounge in Arlington. It's by the Cowboy Stadium. I had the jerk seafood pasta. It was pretty fire. They got fried crab legs that I wanted to try, but it's like a first come, first serve. They do like the first 20 orders every day. But it's a cool little spot. Like, it's a nice vibe. They have like open mics and stuff there, like day parties, pajama parties, 90s pajama parties. It's definitely a vibe. Like, I definitely want to go back, especially when things clear up from this COVID stuff, because it's still lurking, man. It's still lurking. But yeah, PYT Social Grill and Lounge in Arlington.
Check it out.
On Juneteenth, I went to Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen in Carrollton, and it was dope. They are not allowing people inside, so it was curbside pickup. Soon as I called, I think I went for lunch, and so it was like 12. And soon as you answer the phone, they like, any orders, 45 to an hour wait. But it's all the way in Carrollton, so we had to drive anyway, so it worked out perfectly. I got a grilled pork chop. It was fire. The sides were okay, but yeah. So that was my Black Business.
What was it called?
Miss Mary's Southern Kitchen.
Yes,
I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah.
Add it to the list.
Yeah. I didn't do much this weekend. I was grilling a little bit, but and when I say grilling, I don't mean I was grilling. I mean I was nearby while people were grilling.
You know, I was
So,
gonna ask that because you don't strike me as the type to grill.
well, I'm learning baby steps. It's baby steps. So like, you gotta learn like eat charcoal. I learned that day one. That's rule number one. Charcoal.
You didn't know that
So,
before.
I didn't. Well, I thought like, maybe you in the woods. Don't you rub some sticks together? Ain't that how you get the fire going?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Isabel, I've been knowing you for what 11 years now, and you've been learning since.
For a long time,
like I said, it's baby steps. It's baby steps. We all got our own journeys and roads. Mine just a little longer. But yeah, that was all I really did on the weekend. Really just chilling.
Ooh, speaking of grill, so yesterday we did a little grilling yesterday, and I barbecued. Well, I smoked some queso on a grill. Fire.
That was good.
Yeah, like
Oh,
you put like
queso?
whatever meat that you want in it. Block of Velveeta cheese and Rotels or whatever you want to put in there. Shrimp, ground beef, ground turkey, brisket, chicken, whatever you want to put in there, and just put it in the foil pan and then put it on the grill. Let it do its thing, man. It was smoky flavored queso. It was fire.
Sound good. Sound good.
I'm not a fan of queso, and like Tex-Mex is a big thing out here, and I just be like, why?
Oh, you don't like?
I could feel that. I don't like Tex-Mex either.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I mess with queso, but queso don't mess with me.
My boy lactose, you lactose intolerant?
You hear me? You hear
Man,
me?
a lot of people are lactose intolerant. I didn't know that. A lot of Black people are lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I am, and it's funny because we can be lactose intolerant, but that doesn't mean we're not eating dairy.
Oh yeah, no. Everybody that I know is lactose intolerant still eats dairy.
Yeah, same.
But you know what? I feel like I just became lactose intolerant like 2 years ago. Because it was one day I had woke up and I wanted to go get some ice cream. And I went to go get some ice cream and did not sit right with my stomach. And I was like, maybe it was just a one-off. It was a fluke.
Yeah.
It happened again. I was like, I think it's something that they put in milk nowadays or something because.
Yeah, there's something in this milk. They put some milk in
it never used to happen before. And then I was talking to people about it. And a lot of people was having the same experience that I had. And I said, see, they doing something different. They putting different chemicals and stuff messing us up. So now I'm lactose, which I never got told by a doctor that I'm lactose. It was self-diagnosed.
That's usually how it is, though.
Yeah. You gotta, it's nothing wrong with self-diagnosis. I had a friend that got the Rona, and we was talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah, no, Rona 0 for 2 with us because I had it back in December, but that was self-diagnosed. I had it back in December, so I've been good. In December, back before when the Rona was underground, back before it got hot,
before I dropped the mixtape.
Yeah, back when it was underground, I was already on the Rona already.
So you probably put people on.
I did plenty, and it's funny because like a friend of mine, his girlfriend was around me, and she got sick after me, and I was like, because at the time I thought I had the flu. Or some kind of flu-like symptoms or something like that. I was like, that's not how the flu works. You're not just gonna catch the flu from me. Like, it's not just because I was around you. Like, the chances you catch the flu like that, it's not that great. But she got sick right after me. Somebody else got sick right after me. After they were just around me, they got sick. I was like, it was weird. It was weird, but I didn't know what to call it. Back.
Well, you was tearing up every bar and grill, every day party. Every brunch spot, you was letting it be known, huh? It's the hottest shit in the streets.
Man, y'all was like, y'all got this new sickness? Ain't got no name for it yet. But I didn't.
It happened. So I had to get tested for the Rona.
Oh man.
Oh, they stick the thing up the nose.
Y'all, like when I tell you that test is no joke.
Yeah.
You know how you go to like like a circus or something, and you see the man with the sword, and he put the sword down his mouth, and he's like slowly puts it down his throat.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it was, but with a Q-tip. Like you thinking that they're gonna stop putting a Q-tip down your nose, and they keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. And when they going back, they're like twirling it, and going deeper and deeper inside their nose, like till it hits like your throat. And then you think that it's over after one nostril. Nope.
They do both. They said it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, I'm waiting for my results to come back now because I was around somebody that was tested positive, but
you wasn't, but you didn't feel nothing. You wasn't like feeling bad.
I'm all right. I'm good.
Yeah.
So I'm quarantined.
Symptomatic.
I'm quarantined. I've been quarantined since Wednesday, and I don't know what people was complaining about because I mean, I'm good staying in my room all day.
Yeah.
Don't bother me none. I've been reading books. I've been super productive. So
Yeah, this whole quarantine got me reevaluating my life. You know, I don't really like getting out like that no more. Anyway, to even go anywhere, to be honest.
right.
Yeah.
It's a bit of anxiety now. Like I think we're all a little scared and panicking. Like I seen that I think Dallas had 400 new cases or something like that just this weekend. And I literally was like, I'm not going anywhere. Like just when you thought like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in a restaurant, make sure they're wearing masks 6 feet apart. Nope. I think we all need to still be on lockdown.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you see, they made masks mandatory now, but I mean, everybody at the clubs ain't listening.
Definitely go into
I think at the club now you have to wear a mask at the bar, but like once you leave the bar you don't gotta wear it. Like so once you walk up to the bar you have to wear a mask, but once you leave the bar, like if you just in the general area, you all right.
That don't make sense.
You have to have a mask to get in. You do have to have a mask to get in.
Dang, for real.
That's crazy. That's about to be
You
like
have to wear it.
a thing
That's
for
it.
us to.
But yeah, when I had it back in December, back before it was hot, I was sick. I didn't like go to the doctor or nothing, but I was sick for like almost 2 weeks. About almost 2 weeks. I was struggling. Wasn't going away. But hey.
Nah, it's real out here. We about to go right back on lockdown, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's happening. I think it's happening.
It's way worse. Like the second wave is about to be way worse than the first one. And we haven't even hit flu season yet. So just think about the third wave.
Over half the cases this weekend were from young adults 18 and 39.
Yep, and it was all at the Trump rally.
All what 6,900 of them?
6,000, 6,200.
Right. Somebody said there was more people at LeBron high school games.
I saw one thing that they were showing how empty it was, and somebody drew in stick figures and was like, "Boy, it's lit in here."
We got to talk about the stuff that was going on at the Trump rally this past weekend in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, man.
It was just a lot, I feel like, leading up to it. Well, no, but first let's talk about all the stuff that happened from a Juneteenth standpoint in Tulsa. I've seen a lot of good, a lot of stories. I mean, they painted Black Lives Matter. Well, let's let Peanut talk about it. This is his city.
Yeah. So they painted Black Lives Matter on in the Greenwood district on Greenwood Boulevard. You know, aka Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, I seen people talking about like Juneteenth and how like a lot of people never heard of it, you know, but like as long as I can remember, like in Tulsa we've been celebrating Juneteenth for fucking ever, you know.
Yeah, we celebrated it too. I didn't when I was young, I didn't know exactly what it was. I just thought it was just some holiday or something. I remember thinking that when I was little.
Yeah, and what's crazy, that same area, you know, in the district, that same area, you know, we always celebrated Juneteenth over there. So like all the murals, like the Greenwood mural, that's new. The Black Wall Street mural, that's new. It's actually it used to be like a huge, big Juneteenth mural over there in Greenwood, mural that's been there for as long as I can possibly remember, like for years and years. So those over there, they're new, like within the last 5 years or so. But yeah, man, that whole area used to like be popping until, you know, until it wasn't. you know. But man, I'm glad that all my brothers and sisters can come together and celebrate. And I think Juneteenth next year, just in the city alone, is gonna be popping like way harder in Tulsa.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had wrote a post about that because I'm like, you know, for people saying they never heard of Juneteenth before, and it's honestly, it's people that's not of color, right?
Mhm.
As long as I can remember, I remember celebrating Juneteenth from when I lived in Brooklyn all the way to when I lived in Lawton, Oklahoma. So, and I just remember it being just a big celebration. As a kid, like you said, DeVale really didn't really understand the true meaning behind it. It just seemed like a time where everybody came together for a block party and a cookout, right? As I got older, more so when I was in Lawton, I started understanding the meaning behind it because I was meeting people from like the Chamber of Commerce and doctors, lawyers, different fraternities and sororities, and you know they tell me backgrounds about what the actual meaning of Juneteenth was, and just trying to shed light into our generation's eyes, you know, and inspiring us to get to where they got through and kind of sharing some of their struggles. So I mean, it's something we always celebrated, and Trump's comments around it, I did not take lightly because I just, how dare he say that he made this holiday famous? Like that really, really pissed me off.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
That's Trump for you. He always gonna say something like that.
Yeah. No, it was crazy too. I think it was like the perfect storm too, with Trump to be, you know, have his rally in the town at the same time, you know, as Juneteenth, because it actually gave people the backstory of, you know, people just know it as like, people that's not from there know it as, you know, Black Wall Street, you know what I'm saying? But for us that's actually from there, you know, it's the Greenwood district, you know what I'm saying? So, man, and I think it was the perfect storm because it allowed the entire country to understand what this celebration is, you know, that we all come together for, and how it should be a federally recognized holiday going forward for us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. So how y'all feel about, because I saw some people, how do y'all feel about this? Some people say it really shouldn't be celebrated since it's, you know, basically it was like just showing that even though we were supposed to be free, we weren't free and things like that. I saw a few posts that were saying like, I just think that people should, instead of celebrating, should be, you know, like researching and doing all this other stuff like that. How y'all feel about that?
Were they Black?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Where are you friends with them? Like, do you know them very well?
I knew one of them. I saw a few people say it, but I know one of them.
All right, I'm gonna put my my Dr. Umar hat on right now. Nah, man, I think that's ignorant of them to say that because you know, Black history is American history. You know, if we shouldn't, how can we celebrate the 4th of July? You know what I'm saying? If like, you know, that was a revolution. You know what I'm saying? That's the Independence Day. You know, this is our independence. You know, in the United States of America, man. You know, so like just like, man, the American historians want to celebrate, you know, decolonization like around here. I mean, this is ours, you know, and I would urge them people to do some more research as to why it's important, you know, for us to celebrate it and never forget it, you know. But I ain't gonna shit on them, but they should.
Yeah, I wish I could find it because they had like I said, I saw a few people say that, but I saw one that had like almost like a PowerPoint, had like multiple.
Hey, just tell them don't celebrate the 4th of July then.
So I seen what you was talking about too, DeVale.
Because I saw a few, but then that one stood out to me, you know, and I was like,
But at that last slide, and I can't remember exactly what it was saying, it wasn't like shooting down, like celebrating it. It was just saying like, I urge you to like, you know, look deeper into it and the meaning behind it, because people just celebrate to celebrate. They don't know the actual truth, what they're actually celebrating. Like, so how we just talked about how when we was kids, we just thought it was a celebration. You know, like now that we're adults, you know, you need to understand the history and understand the background behind it.
And I get that point, but didn't they start with saying this is why I don't celebrate?
Yeah, they contradicted themselves, absolutely. Because that's how they started it. But that's how, when it ended, it was like, okay. So it's like they wanted to start an argument, but didn't.
So the emancipation was what, 1865?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so boom. Emancipation, 1865. Southern blacks were freed, but the blacks in Texas were not free until 1867, 2 years later. They didn't know that they were slaves, that they were free slaves. So what they used to do back then, like at the end of the emancipation, they would come together, along rivers and actually celebrate like we do now. You know what I'm saying? So it was a celebration then.
Right.
It wasn't called Juneteenth, but they definitely celebrated. And I would urge that person to do their research and see why we celebrate it, because they celebrate it. It's not rocket science.
Right. Yeah. I can understand like them saying like they don't want people just to celebrate, just to get like. But that one.
Then those are the super woke people, because we celebrate every other holiday without knowing any meaning behind it.
Yeah. They don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah,
Easter.
we all go to a parade and drink on St. Patty's Day.
And they ain't got nothing to do with black people.
I don't know.
Not
I don't know what St. Patrick's Day. Do it got something to do with leprechauns? Because that's all I know.
Man.
Look at the Irish.
Yeah. It only takes a little bit of white influence for that coon chip to activate.
And that's what I be thinking. I'm like, it probably wasn't even a black person that put that together.
The presentation?
Yeah.
Coon chip.
White people just started, right, just tagging along.
Right.
Nah, man. Tell a person to do some homework before they try to tell us to do something.
It was a couple of people posting that, so
Yeah,
I know we follow a lot of the same people. So
yeah, I saw that one, but I saw some people. I guess the woke people. They was like,
Yeah, they too woke for me. They need to go sleep. they need to go sleep.
Nap.
Take some melatonin or something. But I don't know what books they reading.
That might have them spaz out more, because that melatonin is something else.
Yeah, boy, yeah, I mean, knocked out.
That melatonin made me have nightmares. I ain't never take it again.
Yeah, man. But nah.
One and done.
They need to say less and do more.
Hey,
Trying to tell me how to live my life.
We already on the say let's do more segments.
Tell me not to celebrate my people.
Tell me what to celebrate.
Yeah.
I'll go out in red, white, and blue in 2 weeks.
Man.
Right. Shooting fireworks just cause. We should have been shooting fireworks on Juneteenth.
Hey, I would love for it to be
A bigger thing.
Yeah, a federally mandated holiday for black people, for sure.
It's coming. I think it's coming. In light of what's going on, it's definitely coming.
Yeah, and fireworks stands is open in June, like around this time anyway. So yeah, I'm with it.
So what's going on this week, man? What's been going on in the world of social media?
Outside of Corona.
Outside of the Corona, yeah.
It's been a couple beefs.
Yeah, man. My boy J. Cole, my boy Jermaine Cole.
Not Jermaine Cole.
I would like to know how you ladies feel about it first.
Okay, well, so let's. Who wants to give the brief background? I think I can do it. Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
Sure.
Ladies first.
Okay, who released the song first? Okay, so No Name. Let's go back with all of the Black Lives Matter protests and things that's been happening. No Name had a tweet. I wish I had the tweet pulled up, but in a sense of your favorite rapper always uses this topic to rap about in his songs, but where they at now, right?
Mm-hmm.
J. Cole, I felt like it was a direct target and came out with a song called Snow on the Bluff, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Came out with a song called Snow on the Bluff. The song was what everybody appeared to think was throwing shots at No Name, talking about why you so mad, why if you want to school and educate someone, do it without an attitude, basically. No Name put out a song called Song 33 and says, bruh, with everything going on in the world, you chose to rap about me, period. And that is where we are today. And so what are y'all thoughts?
Mm.
J. Cole was right.
Well, Jermaine.
Okay, so from a female perspective,
Yeah. I want y'all perspective first, though.
J. Cole's my boy. That's my boy, and in my eyes, he can't do any wrong. We're not canceling J. Cole. First and foremost, we are not canceling J. Cole. He cannot cancel. Half of you folks
on this podcast can agree that we are not canceling J. Cole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Agreed.
Okay.
However,
I understand. Go ahead. You say something, Diamond?
I said, however. Now go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay. I understand where he was trying to come from. I understand it to a certain extent. Am I offended by the way he came at her? I think he didn't have to do all that. Like he took that tweet too personal. Dang, I don't like talking bad about my boy.
All right, well, let me do it.
Uh-oh.
I want to say this first and foremost. J. Cole has been my home screen on my phone for the past, probably since Revenge of the Dreamers 3 came out, right? Love J. Cole. That is literally my boy. He didn't read the room though. He didn't read the room at all. You know what? It's crazy. I like to listen to songs without going to social media first because they have an influence on what you think of a song, right? Mm-hmm. I played the song as soon as Peanut dropped it in the group message. I played the song and I literally was like, what are you doing? Like, why? What is this? Like, what are you doing? I went to Twitter and everybody else said, what are you doing? Like, so I was like, okay, I'm not the only one. Because at first, I seen some tweets and people was like, am I reading too deep? And I was like, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe I'm reading too deep into this. Like, why are you taking shots? And this is before I didn't know anything about the No Name tweet. So I didn't know who he was targeting. I just felt like he was being real misogynistic and coming at women. And I just was like, who is he talking about? Then when I got into Twitter and seen all the background, I was like, yeah, he didn't have to do that at this time. I'm here for rappers going at people if they feel like they were targeted. I'm here for competition and going back and forth.
So
it wasn't needed. Straight up.
You don't think so? I think it was. I think it was needed. It's good for the ecosystem.
I don't know. I think he could just not say anything at all.
So do you think if it wasn't a woman and it was a guy rapper that he directed this towards, do you think it would be different?
I just think that in the time that we in right now, we got other things to be focused on, and that's not something that we should be focused on right now.
I also feel like if No Name was directly targeting him, there has also been several other people, journalists, news people, rappers who have called out other people for not doing enough, right? So the fact that he decided to get in his feelings and feel directly targeted by No Name's tweet and to make a song about it wasn't warranted.
It was extra because we see you out there in the front line. So I mean, like, why would it make you feel like she was coming for you when we seen pictures of you out in the front line?
Well, did that picture come out before the tweet or not? Because somebody said it was after the tweet.
The picture came out after the tweet?
That I don't know.
I don't know, but J. Cole was one of the first people out there in the streets. So.
Yeah, so my thing on it is I see points on both sides. I think both sides have points. So, like, from No Name side, I see it like, okay, it's not Black women's job to spoon feed us information or whatever and talk to me like I'm 5, you know what they were saying. So, and I understand, like, whoever is the oppressed in the situation, you get tired of trying to teach the oppressor, like, okay, this is what's wrong. This is what you're doing that's wrong. You get tired of it, which I understand. It's the same thing with the race thing. Like, Black people get tired of trying to teach white people, like, why this is racist. You get tired of it. Like, you get tired of it. So, but on J. Cole's side, I also see where he's right because I didn't think when I listened to the song, I didn't think that he was disrespectful. I didn't think that he was anything like that. I get the misogynist tones with, you know, kind of like the check your tone kind of thing a little bit. But I thought that the way he went about it was just kind of just expressing himself. He's like, hey, I took this personally.
Teach me.
And yeah, he was like, hey, I took this personally. Like, he was like, hey, you smart, you all that, you all that stuff. He was like, but if I could say something, I was like, you know, he's like saying like we on the same side, but you know, you talking to me like this isn't really helping. You know, it's not.
So,
And I get and I understand, but I see his point of view also. I don't think he's wrong. The timing was wrong. I think the timing was off.
That was the big thing for me.
I don't think he's necessarily wrong for what he said.
Mm-hmm.
I think that, okay, there's several things I think. I don't think that that song was proactive in any way. So I feel like he could have called No Name and they could have had the conversation. And he could have got off anything he wanted to say. Like, he could have said what he said. I just think putting the song out, you were igniting a problem.
Yeah.
And that's true too. I was looking at it like, I mean, yeah, I'll give you that. You did not have to put the song together, but he is an artist. You know, he does express himself through his music. But putting the song out, you know what it's gonna cause, what kind of reaction it's gonna cause, and everything. So I see that point. I just think, I think in his mind, he probably was thinking like, you know, he's expressing himself, and I don't think that he thought it was gonna get as negative reaction as it did. I think that he thought it was gonna be something like, oh, okay, because he was being respectful in the song. He was saying,
okay, DeVale, wait, because when anybody puts out something, a tweet, and then somebody or anything, right, and then another artist responds to them, that's automatically going to ignite something. That's how all rap beefs get started, right? So,
yeah,
I mean,
but anything negative. He
didn't understand his action. He knew what he was doing.
He knew what he was doing, but he didn't say
the fact that
it
wasn't needed. It wasn't needed. Like, I get that you wanted to express yourself, but like to Dom's point, he could have just had a conversation with her about it or whatever. And then from that conversation they had, then he could have put a song or something out.
That's true. That's true. I can't argue that at all. Only thing I can say is, like, once he made the decision to put the song out, I don't think it was as negative as people took it. Like, I saw he was in the wrong, but I didn't think it was as negative as.
I think it was negative because of who it was. Because if No Name said something about Boosie and then Boosie came out with a diss song to No Name, that's all in Boosie's character. At a time that we're in with COVID being social distance and Black Lives Matter being at the highest of our peak right now, and J. Cole, who we put at the forefront of hip hop when speaking on issues like that, we want him to come out and say something about the things we're going through, not about what No Name had to tweet about.
That's a good point.
We're looking to hear, it's almost like Dave Chappelle, where he was like, why do y'all want us to say something? And like, we're looking to hear information from him. We're looking for him to help us cope or something like that. And he came and dissed us.
Okay.
Go ahead, Peanut.
So you say you're looking for information from him, right? Well, we are, as consumers.
Right.
Right. So I put up the lyrics, right? And let's see. In the lyrics, he said that I'm trying to find this.
I think I know exactly what you're gonna bring up.
So I'm gonna pull up this first line, but then I'm gonna go to the other part that I'm really gonna talk about. It says so. He said, now I ain't no dummy to think I'm above criticism. So when I see something that's valid, I listen.
Yep.
All right. So boom. So he's willing to take in this information if she's willing to share it, right? So you say, and then I think he felt attacked, honestly, because he says, just cause you woke and I'm not, that shit ain't no reason to talk like you better than me. How you gonna lead when you're attacking the very same niggas that really do need the shit that you saying? Instead of conveying you're holier, come get us up to speed. Shit, it's a reason it took 200 years for our ancestors just to get freed. So from what I'm taking from that, I think he was like, all right, if you got the information, instead of saying that rappers ain't doing nothing, won't you help us understand? Like, if you have all of this knowledge, because in the beginning he said he's willing to listen to her, but I just think that she was probably like, these niggas talk about all this consciousness, and you know they ain't putting no action behind it. But I don't know. I think Cole was being vulnerable, honestly, saying that, all right, you know, he was like, he said literally in the song, he said that she's smarter than him, you know. So whatever.
He said,
he said he did, but to Dime's point, I feel like it didn't need to be the song. He just needed to have a conversation with her. It kind of feels like, you know, you trying to ignite a beef that's not really there. Okay, you respect
it wouldn't have been a beef though. I don't think he was trying to make it a beef. He was trying. He understands what's going but I'm thinking like in his mind he thought that he was being like just like nothing negative, so it wouldn't have started like a negative beef. It might have started like some kind of beef or whatever, but it wouldn't have been anything negative because he said nothing negative in the song. I didn't say negative in the song.
It just the time that we are
I
in.
think it was off. I
didn't read the room. I think that's all.
It's not
and I get that, and I can, like I said, I understand on No Name's part, like when, you know, he's saying like, why don't you teach us, you know, like I saw a lot of people say it's not Black women's job to teach y'all or whatever, blah blah blah, stuff like that, and I get that too, but I understand that, and I understand that frustration, but at the same time, like I was talking with some people over the weekend, like in anything with business, anything where you're gonna be working with a lot of different people, they all say the same thing: KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, because you got to keep it as simple as possible, because there's always somebody who's not going to get it. And I understand that it's not Black women's job to teach us how to, you know, treat them and everything like that. But at the same time, you understand why someone is like, well, hey, why don't you just teach me? I'm not getting it, then teach me. So like I said, I see both points. I don't know what's the right thing to say, but I see both points. But yeah. I do like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do like Don's point about it coming from J. Cole, you know, versus like Boosie or somebody like that, because we do look at J. Cole as being somebody who's like just, you know, like that guy that's the conscious. Like you wouldn't expect him to make a quote unquote beef song against, you know, a Black woman or anything like that. Even though he said stuff about other rappers, he's definitely said things in his songs about other rappers. So I mean, it's, you know, but he does say in the song, like, you know, I'm just a regular. He basically was like, I'm just a regular nigga, you know, and I'll just be rapping.
And I think we have to learn, as far as Twitter, is that like someone can be disappointed and critique someone without canceling them. Like, I don't think that J. Cole deserves to be canceled. I don't think it was that big of a situation where people were pulling up like all of his lyrics and like he's been misogynistic, and pretty sure you can find something misogynistic in just about every rap artist.
That's just hip hop though. Like,
yeah,
hip hop
that's what I'm
has
saying.
been misogynistic. Like,
and that doesn't make it okay, but
no, it does. It doesn't. But
cancel our own culture.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't make it better, but it has gotten better. Hip hop has gotten better, definitely. I mean, compared to old Too Short Lyrics, 50 shit.
Uncle Luke,
Snoop Dogg, like,
for sure. And so I've seen, while we're still on this topic, No Name tweeted, I think today, I've been thinking a lot about it, and I am not proud of myself for responding with song 33. I tried to use it as a moment to draw attention back to the issues I care about, but I didn't have to respond. My ego got the best of me. I apologize for any further distraction this caused. And then she said, Madlib killed the beat, and people resonate with some of the words, so I'm going to keep it up, but I'm going to donate a portion of the money to mutual funds.
Hey, but for the record, it's great publicity for No Name. Her albums was fire. Telephone in Room 25. I've been on that shit. I'm glad people are finally listening to No Name.
Check it out. Y'all told me about her like in the first 2 episodes or something.
No Name can go, boy.
Yeah, I like that because I heard her on Chance's. I first heard her on like one of Chance's mixtapes, and I was like,
yeah, man. It was her and Donnie Trumpet, the Social Club.
Yeah.
The Social Club.
Speaking of Chance the Rapper, he also called out J. Cole.
Did he?
in the midst of this going on. And that also wasn't warranted. Like, I think if we're going to have two rappers beefing and going at it in lyrics, other rappers should kind of stay out of it. Yes, you can voice your opinion on Twitter, but I think that I've seen someone tweet, I'm pretty sure Chance the Rapper has J. Cole's phone number. And so it becomes one of those things where if you feel this passionate about it, call him or stop clout chasing.
Yeah.
This whole thing could have been solved with the phone call.
Yeah, because I saw Chance. He basically said like only one of them made a song about it or whatever at the time. No Name hadn't made the song yet when he tweeted that, but he was like, only one of them made a song about it. So basically, that's who I think is in the wrong, basically. And I mean, like you said, like it could have been resolved in a phone call. I honestly think in J. Cole's mind, it wasn't going to be. He wasn't expecting people to take it negatively. Like they probably would have I think because he was really trying to break himself down, like himself. So I think that he was thinking that people were gonna focus on that. The fact that he was saying like, "Oh, I'm just a regular dude. I don't know nothing. She knows a lot. Everything, blah blah." But people just,
I'm sure that was his intentions.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was his intentions.
I didn't think he was thinking it was gonna start like this kind of beef.
I don't think it's beef though. I wouldn't call it beef.
It was a beef, but like basically like got people choosing sides and stuff and all that stuff.
It was definitely a conversation. Yeah, we're kind of split right now on like how we feel about it, and I think that I don't know.
It's not enough to cancel anybody or like really be mad at it. It was just like, okay, it was a conversation that needed to be had, but they should just, instead of putting it in music and tweeting about it, they should just had a phone call.
I can say though, if J. Cole did have to beef with someone, I would think I would want it to be a woman. Like,
right.
Sense of, I don't want to see him go at Kendrick, and then no one else is up there. So,
but why would he have to go after Kendrick? He can go after any rapper. Like, why does it have to be specifically Kendrick?
Because J. Cole and Kendrick are always put up here as our number one and our number two, and it's subjective on who you have at number one and number two.
So, hey, I got a question though. So, in that lane, who do we have at number 3?
For the past 10 years?
Yeah. In that particular lane, in that lane. I know who I got his number. I know who I got it in that lane.
Oh, I would have to think about that. Number 3.
Nobody's coming to mind, honestly.
Yeah.
I know. I know it sucks. It sucks too that my boy don't get the proper respect, but it's okay. It's okay.
I think I know who you're gonna say.
Who you think?
Are you gonna say like it's a Southern rapper, right?
It definitely is.
Big Crit.
Absolutely.
That's the first person that came to my mind.
Yeah, that was the only person I was gonna think.
I mean, seriously though, bar for bar, this nigga Crit is a beast. He makes his own. He does his own production, just like Cole when they both started at the same time. Like Crit, man, I just think this is Southern dialect, man. But Crit is a monster. And he talks about a lot of the same shit. Crit's cold, man.
Crit is cold.
Yeah,
he's definitely underrated. He's very underrated because nobody talks about Crit. Honestly, nobody talks about Crit.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I'm gonna give my boys flowers, man. Crit, my boy, man.
Shout out to Crit.
Cadillac.
Mm-hmm. That was good. There is another beef. Swizz Beatz and Drake.
What?
I didn't know about this.
Was niggas sleep? Was we sleep when that happened?
Yeah.
This is pretty one-sided. I seen a little bit about it, and then I just had to go look into
fight,
it.
Huh?
I don't even know if we calling this a beef because Drake is not responding to Swizz, but Swizz has his radio show on IG Live, Zone Radio or something like that.
Yeah.
And he had Busta Rhymes on there. They were talking about a song that Busta Rhymes did back in the day, like a long time ago, I think. It's a J Dilla beat. And I don't know if, I'm assuming Busta Rhymes had it first. Drake wanted the beat. Drake has a verse on his song now. Swizz Beatz plays the song, And they get into a conversation about why Busta Rhymes never put the song out. And he basically was saying he never had that conversation with Drake for them to release the song. And Swizz Beatz went in and was like, you're Busta Rhymes. Why did you never have a conversation with Drake? Like, why is Drake holding you back from releasing a song? A Jay Dilla song with you on it and him, you are Busta Rhymes. Why wouldn't this man want to have a conversation with you? Basically, like, shitting on Drake. Like, you big Busta, and you telling me he stopped you from putting a song out?
Hyping him up. I know that tone. He's hyping him up. He's like, boy, that boy.
He was sparking energy. I can definitely say Swizz was instigating.
Yeah, it was like,
Busta Rhymes trying to keep it so professional. He's like, I don't think it's any of that. I think that we are just it's just a time never came, and Swizz was drinking a lot, and then he called him a ussy boy about 10 times. And
so Swizz don't like Drake for some reason.
He let it be known. He was like,
oh, so he been a hater, huh? Swizz been a hater, huh?
Right. So then we have Chubbs and a whole bunch of people from Drake's team, like, keep that same energy when we see you. Swizz decided to go on IG Live and apologize, and they like,
no, sir.
You can't walk that back.
I promise you, man. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing, man. Something like that would not, like, a Scorpio is not gonna accept that apology. I promise you that. Like, Drake is gonna do something. There's gonna be a bar somewhere for Swizz Beatz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The bar with his name on it.
Oh yeah.
Anybody, I don't even understand the background of Swizz taking shots like that. So anybody deserves for to be gone at for.
Boy, hyping him up. He said, you gonna let him talk to you like that?
He literally like,
couldn't be me.
You Busta Rhymes. You Busta Rhymes. And called him so many times. Called him out of his name.
Hey, but Swizz got to keep in mind though that Drake is the biggest artist in the world. Nigga,
yeah, like
yes, you got to call Drake, nigga. Yes, you gotta call. Whether you want to, don't call on the game, nigga. It's Drake. This, bruh. And I think Drake probably, I don't know what the song is or nothing, but I'm pretty sure Drake would have did it off the strength that is Busta Rhymes.
Busta Rhymes. That's what I'm saying. That's what it seems like. I think this is a level of intoxication for Swizz, because that's what it seemed like with, it almost was that Marlon Wayans and Terrence J live all over again, where one person was just hyper than the other.
Speaking of that, I'm confused because I saw that and people reacted and everything, but then Terrence J said that it was a skit, like it was a joke. So if I don't know if he was just saying that because they made up and it's just like, oh no, it was a skit, we was just joking around, or if it was real. And I just don't know. I don't know at all. I
thought watching going back to the Terrence J, I thought it was an inside joke, because I was like, there's no way they're acting like this on IG Live, but I don't know, it was weird. But yeah, I definitely think we're gonna have some Drake bars. I mean, some Swizz bars coming from Drake.
Yeah, man.
Be like, your nose longer than my avenue.
He probably gonna do it to a Swizz beat too.
There goes any chance of seeing Drake on Versus, because I thought that would have been a big ender.
They need to put Ja Rule and 50 Cent on there, man. I see 50 Cent been taking some more shots at Ja Rule, man. They need to make it happen.
They got the greatest one. That was a good Juneteenth one, because I don't know about them numbers for Alicia Keys and John Legend.
Oh, I didn't watch it. And
I clicked on it. It was like 123,000.
Yeah, everybody was outside too. So,
but John Legend, that's my guy, man. That's big bro. That's big bro, John Legend.
Yeah, man.
Beefing.
I wasn't. I don't think I would have tuned in anyway, even if I didn't have nothing to do. I don't think I would have tuned in.
Oh wow, you just.
I could watch that. I can just listen to the songs.
They were together though. That was dope. So I do like this new idea of both artists being in the same room.
Well, you can't do that.
They each had their little pianos.
Shout out to Jamaica. They changed the game and they came on Versus.
Yeah, they did.
Make the Ja Rule 50 Cent happen. You don't got to put them in the same room, but make it happen.
Exactly.
50 ain't going for that.
Hey man,
you never going for it.
Never know.
They gotta pay 50 a lot of money for 50 to do that.
Hey.
You know,
I don't know if they're paying people to do it. So
Yeah, I doubt if we ever see him.
We can do Megan versus Erica Banks.
that's an easy win.
hey, okay, let's talk about it because for me, how I see it, I really do feel okay. I think it sucks that they're on the same label and everything. But I really feel that people from Houston have the same flow. And I say that because I've listened to other female rappers that's trying to come out from Houston, and they sounded like Megan prior to Megan coming out. So
this girl's from Dallas.
Dallas,
right?
He's from Dallas, though, right?
Dallas.
You from Dallas? Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Well, okay. I saw the video of like her sitting in the car, and yeah, that sounded like Meg. That sounded just like Meg to me. Like if I had closed my eyes, I could have thought it was Meg. But I did go and listen to another song of hers, and this one she did not sound like Meg. Actually, this one had like a Dallas beat, like I could jig to it, and she didn't sound like Meg on that. So it maybe they probably did that video on purpose because they did that one on purpose. But so far, that was that only one song. But so far, the other song I saw, she sounded completely different though.
I knew of Erica for a while, right? Probably towards the end of 2019, and I just like went through and watched all her videos. I can honestly say I missed the mark because I was doing a blog article about artists to watch out for, and she was on my 20, and then I had to cut my list down to 10, and I was like, nah, this ain't it. But yeah, I like you said, DeVell, I didn't think she sounded like Megan from like Jump. But I do think with all of the things going on regarding Megan and 1501, it was just good clout chasing. It was good to get people riled up. Now everybody know who Erica Banks is because
yeah, that is
she has
true.
been compared to Megan, and she has on the 1501 chain. So it worked for them. And then I also think that once labels get a blueprint, they're gonna use it till they can't use it no more.
Yeah. Why fix it if it ain't broke?
The market, yeah. So honestly, it was just a good marketing plan, if you ask me.
It really is, because I did not know who she was, and I went and looked up. I went and looked for another song and everything. So yeah, they got me.
They didn't get me.
They got one. They got one. That's all it takes.
I'm looking for it now. I'm like, oh, Erica Banks.
That's Erica Banks.
Hey, man, she representing Dallas too, so the support.
Yeah.
But shit, I look forward to hearing more from her.
Yeah, I'm sure she's gonna pop up with she should have some kind of little banger. So I feel like a banger could come out.
Since we talking about new music, have y'all listened to anything new or downloaded anything new over the past weekend?
Boy.
Girls.
Who?
City Girls. They tried to do a Beyonce digital drop and just surprised us. I honestly think it's probably because it leaked or was about to leak. So they went ahead and gave us the full album Juneteenth, like right at night. Like it almost was probably Saturday. It was a typical City Girls album. They got some good songs. It sounds like Miami all the way. They didn't have any features on it. They did have the song with Lil Durk on it. The album's called City on Lock. They had a song with Lil Durk called City on Lock. That's probably my favorite one. JT is back. I always thought JT was the stronger one out of the group. And I like her rap style, honestly. I would like to see a Migos thing happen where JT puts out a solo album. I think lyrically she can stand on her own.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
I don't know because I don't listen to the City Girls, but I'm sure there's a lane for it because there was a lot of hype around her coming back. Yeah, so I think people want to hear from her. I think people do.
Definitely. Tiana Taylor put out a great project. My My thing with Tiana Taylor is, and I still have to listen to it again. This is based off like first, second listen. I think Tiana sounds great, and I think she has great music production wise. I don't think she has enough words to say. So like songs don't really tell a story in a sense. Like
Need some writers.
she definitely needs some writers and a storyline. But other than that, music is great. So
Yeah,
my
I've been
boy
meaning.
Wale. My boy Wale.
I haven't gotten to Wale yet.
Whew, my boy, it's only what 5, 6. Yeah, 6 tracks, and I like all except one, and it's the very last song. But I mean, it's an homage to his Nigerian roots. But yeah, man, moving different. And shout out to my boy Eric Bellinger on his album, man. Eric Bellinger
Came through and did his-
over this whole album, killed it.
Okay.
Interesting.
I didn't really care for his album.
You didn't care for Wale album?
Oh, I thought you said Eric Bellinger.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. I didn't care for Eric Bellinger's album when it dropped, but this Wale album.
I haven't listened to it yet. But
Is he on a song or is he on the entire project?
He's on 2 songs, but
Okay.
it sounds like the whole project.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen to that.
Hey, the boy was killing it, man. The boy was killing it.
Well, speaking of killing it, my big bro John Legend dropped some music for me, man. Big bro John Legend, bro. John Legend, I ain't never heard a bad John Legend album, honestly. I ain't never heard of a bad. Huh?
Album like beginning to end?
Yeah, I ain't never heard a bad album.
I didn't know he dropped a new album.
Yeah, wait, it's called let me see. It's called Bigger Love. My boy came out swinging haymakers. First song, he said, "Hey, you thought I wasn't gonna come at your neck? That's what you thought, Nike? You thought I wasn't gonna come at your neck? Well, he pow. Boy, I promise you, John Legend. I love John Legend. One of them singers that's around. Like people know he is around, but people don't really be checking for John Legend.
Yeah, because you're the only one that talk about John Legend like that.
Boy, I haven't finished it yet, but yeah, John Legend. But I like John Legend a lot. He that's big bro. He probably gonna call me later on once he hear this.
Probably.
For me, it was a big Brooklyn type weekend for me. So I downloaded mainly just a bunch of singles. So I downloaded Favi. Favi got a new song with Young M.A. Move Like a Boss. It's cool. J.I., Lil TJ, Hood Scars 2 came out. Casanova, Demons and Devils, featuring Favi. And then Casanova, Red Light, featuring Smooth L. And then Pop Out Boys, We Outside. Pop Out Boys, they got a couple of.
Did the Pop Out Boys make Stanky Leg or something like that? Or am I
No, that's the Pop Off Boys.
Okay.
Pop Out Boys is it's like 3 dudes from Brooklyn. Yeah.
Hey, you missing one? You missing one?
Yeah.
The number 1 song in the country.
Hey, King of New York.
The King of New York.
King of New York, baby.
You beat radio. You beat radio.
He doesn't get any plays.
The King of New York, son.
He don't get any plays.
Stupid.
But yeah, that was my big Brooklyn playlist for the weekend.
Stupid.
I didn't miss anything, not one.
Didn't Pop Smoke drop or no?
Pop Smoke dropped next week. They pushed the release date back. I mean, he dropped that single, Make It Rain, but they pushed his thing back.
I still have
Grizzly, my boy T Grizzly.
Oh yeah, that album.
I seen that he dropped the album.
I appreciate that album.
Ooh,
The intro is crazy. That intro is crazy.
it sounds like a good Friday. I have to go back and listen.
Yes, T Grizzly always solid. I love T Grizzly.
Yeah, man.
There was a dude.
Nah, go ahead. You got it.
There's this dude. Have you ever heard of Alan Stone?
Nah.
So, white dude named Alan Stone. Somebody put me onto. He had an album. I guess I don't know if it's an album or a mixtape, but I think it's an album. That came out called Building Balance last year, and it's fire.
Boy, he got a smooth, soulful voice. It's fire. It's definitely fire. Listen to that first song, Brown Eyed Lover.
All right.
Hey,
Oh.
Dom, did you ever listen to A Boogie?
I started it, but I did not finish it yet. That is something I do want to listen to. The biggest song, Black Parade by Beyonce.
I don't know. I think it's a song.
I haven't even listened to it.
I think it's a song bigger than that out there right now.
What? Stop playing. No, okay. So Black Parade, I had this conversation with somebody today or yesterday. I don't think people can tell when Beyonce's putting out music for us just for the moment, and Beyonce's not putting out music to take to the charts. And so people were like, I don't know about this one. And what is she doing? Is she ever going to go singing again? Like, why is she rapping? And blah, 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 blah. But bigger than the song, Beyonce on her website put out a whole Black directory of Black-owned businesses that you can go shop at, and it's organized by category.
I've seen that. So that's Beyonce?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's called The Black Parade on her website. And she came out with a song about it, and I think the song is dope. It's cool. I don't know if it's like a I'm gonna listen to it every day song, and I think that's what people thought it would be.
Yeah.
And so I just
that's the first song she released. That's the first song she done released in a while, isn't it? That's been her song.
Hey, I'll say Beyonce dropped the ball on this one though.
How so?
She should have dropped it on Thursday.
Okay.
She should have dropped it on Thursday night. That way, that shit would be blasting at every Juneteenth party.
That is dope. You're right.
She dropped the ball on that, but nonetheless, it's great. It's a great song. Love what she did with the entire rollout of. It's not about her dropping a new song. But.
Well, for my my Ratchet community, 42 Doug dropped a album.
Ain't going broke like Jock.
Yeah, so y'all can check that. I listened to. I only liked a few songs on it, honestly, but yeah, 42 Doug got some. Young and Turned 2 Deluxe.
Yeah, man. Nah, I just want to throw this special one out there, you know, because he from the crib, you know, he from the town, named Gang Tai June, or you can call him June. He got an album called Preaching from the Projects, which is fire.
Is it?
If you ever want to know what the town is like, listen to that album.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good album. You can check it out on Tidal, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever.
What's it called? What's the album called again?
Called Preaching from the Projects, and the shit is it ain't no low budget type deal. Shit is really good actually.
Oh yeah, we're gonna check that.
Yeah. I think the whole not that I think I know the whole. This is one that the whole city behind. You know, the whole town behind him. So I get the chance to check it out. I see you had that link.
Fire. Good music. Friday.
Yeah, I enjoyed the music. It was a lot of good music for me to listen to. I'm a A Boogie too. I need to listen to that.
Same.
Yeah, man. So what else we got going on, people?
Did everyone watch The Chi?
Oh man, I watched The Chi. It's gonna be a good season.
I don't.
You don't
I've never
watch
seen.
The Chi?
Yeah, I've never seen it either.
Oh man, I gotta watch
No,
it.
I seen it, but I don't think it's gonna be a good season.
I think so, man.
Man, nah, man. How they just gonna get rid of my boy Reg and not give us no backstory?
Well, they did get rid of. I mean, they did have a backstory on why they killed Reg. He got killed. You talking about Brandon?
Nah. I know. I'm talking about Reg. Reg was supposed to survive that shooting in that last episode last season.
I feel you. And I think Reg might actually still be alive.
I think so too, but I think that he may come back.
I don't think he did. I think he might actually come back alive. He had to just go off the grid for a little bit because he was hot.
No, but the actor did say that he wasn't going to be filming for season 3.
So, but he's coming back. But I mean, I kind of like that. Okay, have you watched it, Dom?
Mm-hmm.
All right, DeVille, you don't know what's going on. So, spoiler alert. So, it came out of nowhere that they had an older brother. Like that came out of nowhere. But I think after hearing what he was saying, he was like, you know, when the older brother came and was talking to the old dude that owned the pizza store or whatever.
Oh, dude is definitely their dad. But go ahead.
I think so. I think he is. But
who y'all talking about? Duda?
yeah, Duda.
Y'all think he is pop? Like, nah.
I think he's the two oldest ones, Pop.
Mm-hmm.
But because he's not Jay's dad, because we know.
Yeah, okay. That probably could be a reason he took Jake under his wing too.
Yeah.
But literally at the end of last season, remember he said something about their older brother being dead. If y'all remember. So then that's when I remember, oh yeah, they did say that they had an older brother. And then when Duda asked him, he was like, man, when I asked Jay about you, he told me you were dead.
Yeah.
But I think when we heard it last season, we thought they was talking about their dad. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I think it's gonna be a good season because old boy sister wound up disappearing like that. I'm like, what the hell?
Y'all know who did that, right? I figured it out today. I was watching it yesterday, and I was talking to my best friend, and I figured it out. Do y'all know who did that to the sister?
Who?
Her old boyfriend, because they beat him up.
Oh, I figured it was him. He was on my something, and they gonna all think it was the old dude that killed what's her name? Cootie.
No.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I mean, what reason was it? I know that the track coach got his ass whooped, but I don't know.
That's the only other person that it could be, because she wasn't even
that
involved with
encounter
anybody
with,
else.
I don't know his name on the show, but Jacob Lattimore, he had that encounter when he seen him at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
He know he got him beat up.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. Lala's supposed to be making her acting debut on here.
Candy Burris.
Still at
Yeah.
You said Lala?
Lala wasn't that bad on Power until she started getting more lines. Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna see. We're gonna see. I hope the best. I hope the best. I don't know, man. I don't.
Actress, Beyonce or Lala?
Lala.
Lala.
Wow.
Help!
Man.
All right.
I mean, no shade.
Nah, but Lala's best work was when she was holding the phone for Melody at the game. That was her best work. She did not want to do that.
I'm sorry, B.
Nah, man, but
you know, Diamond love you. But
man, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I just didn't like how they just killed my boy Brandon off. I mean, I understand he wasn't gonna be there for the season, but
they don't give you no background on nothing. He just died.
Yeah. Honestly, Ghost probably still alive.
you think Ghost?
Shut up, Bill.
Yeah, man. As far as
when is the new Power? Speaking of Powers, though, like when is the new one supposed to come back on? I don't even know if I would tune in.
I'm gonna tune in because I have to, because I've been tuning in this far and I want to see what they're gonna do with Tyreek's storyline. But I honestly wish they never would have. It should have just ended.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
Tyreek got that face to me now, and it just annoyed me. Like if I see his face.
You got a punchable face.
You know who I feel that way about? I feel that way every time I see Tank.
Tank dropped a new album too.
Me too. From the what's it, Preacher's Kid, Preacher's Wife? Yeah.
Oh
I feel
yeah.
the same way too.
It's
It's
just
crazy how you be taking people like these roles on TV be really hitting you there, like and you feel like when you see them, like you gonna run up, like.
Bro, like what about the dude that played the Leprechaun? If I ever saw him, it's on site.
Oh, you talking about the scary movie, The Leprechaun?
Yeah, Leprechaun in the Hood.
I feel you. Leprechaun from the Hood.
That's his real voice. Like the Leprechaun, that's his normal voice.
You talking about Leprechaun from the Hood, right?
Yeah. And he got a bunch of other movies too, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I wanted him up too.
Boy, if he walked up to you, that would be his regular voice. He'd be like, "Hey, you gotta." I'd be like, "Boy, what the?" It's on site, Nike. It's on site.
I'm with you, bro. We'll be tag teaming. We'll be tag teaming for real.
Like, how are you, Sonny? boy.
No, I feel you. There's a lot of characters out there that really just put me in that place. Like if I see you on site,
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, man. So what else we got going on?
Oh man, so I've been watching some other TV shows because I've been in quarantine. So have y'all got Hulu?
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't got it.
So Hulu has a show on there. It came out a while ago. I just watched it. It's called America to Me, and it's about Oak Park River Forest High School in Chicago. Well, outside of Chicago. Man, y'all gotta check that out. It's a docu-series, and it was just showing how so this school in particular, it's like Oak Park and River Forest. Oak Park is like a more poor area, and then River Forest is like a probably upper middle class area. So it's a school that's very, very diverse and got a lot of resources to offer. They have like a college prep track courses that you go through, or like just regular track. They have different stages like throughout the 9th and 12th grade, and it's pretty much going through, and they're trying to figure out how they can get the African American students test scores up and things like that. But it just showed it's just a good docu-series to watch. I don't want to spoil it for y'all because I think I should definitely go check it out. But it was pretty good. It expires on Hulu on Wednesday, so if you want to watch it, you gotta hurry up and watch it.
Have y'all seen I think it's a docuseries on Netflix called 13. Have y'all seen that?
13 Reasons Why?
No, just 13.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen it,
About
but
the 13th Amendment.
Yeah, like I think that's what it's basically. Yeah.
I think I've seen it.
I seen it. Yeah, that's up my alley. Yeah, I seen it.
Yeah. You seen it? Yeah, because actually it was a white dude that I overheard him. He was talking to this white lady, and because they was talking about like races and stuff like that, and she was saying like I don't understand, like if technology's advancing, why don't people just advance? Why can't we just get along? Saying stuff like that, like blah 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 blah. And he was like, no, if you don't think that like people are still like the same that they were back then. He was like, watch 13. I watched it. I had it's two white people talking. He was like, I had my eyes wide open. He was like, it blew my mind. Like, he was like, if you want to see like you think the systemic racism is not real, watch that. I promise it'll change your mind.
Yeah, I was hurt when I was seeing white people saying they learned about Juneteenth from Blackish.
Well, what?
Yeah, I remember that episode.
It was all on social media saying that they found out about Juneteenth because of the show Blackish.
That's good. But that mean they doing their job.
Yeah, I believe that. Shout out to Blackish.
Yeah, man, they doing their job.
But yeah, I've been binging quite a few shows actually recently. I started a little Fires Everywhere. I started that one. I started The Watchmen. I'm on like episode 6 of The Watchmen. What else have I been watching? Shit, I done binged a lot of different shows recently.
Man, I ain't gonna even front. I ain't really been watching a lot of TV lately.
That's been my thing. I've been like, I'll binge late at night on TV shows, and then during the day I'll read a book. I haven't slept in like 3 days though, so.
Yeah, Nike be up.
Yeah, I'm still going strong. I'm trying, and then in the midst of it, trying to get $1 billion scheme going on. So my mind has been overloaded lately.
I can get that on the mind.
Moving along, so I have a question for y'all. So we're gonna get into a deep topic today. So my question is, so I'm sure all of you have best friends of the opposite sex, right? Or had in the past, right? So my question is, when you're in a serious relationship, what I mean by serious is like, you have your intentions on getting engaged or married, or you may be already engaged or married. Can you still have a female best friend for the guys? And Dime, could you still have a male best friend and like still hang out with them, still have the relationship y'all had while they're with their significant other? Or is all those ties like is broken after you like committed?
I think. Well, I think the sunny, the obvious answer you would say is like, no, nothing should change. It's but I think when stuff like that, people can get jealous. People can get, a lot of feelings get into it, depending on like how secure the person is. I can see issues with that. But if you asking me personally, are you saying like if I had the best friend or if my girl had the best friend?
I'm saying both. So okay. So let's put you in it. So you have me and you go back since freshman year of college. We best friends, right?
Yeah.
You get into a serious relationship. Would the dynamic of our friendship change? Because you get into a serious relationship and she kind of feels some type of way about me being a female.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think it would change like a lot. Like it would be like small things, like maybe you just let them know like, hey, I'm going to go hang with Nike or whatever, or something like that. Like maybe just like before, maybe I wouldn't have said it. I would just been like, oh yeah, I'm just about to go out or whatever, something. So like maybe I'm a little more vocal maybe about what I'm doing, maybe a little bit, but I don't think it would change a lot. Not a major change. I feel like little small things like that.
Don, seen it?
Well, no, I think to answer the question, yeah, it changes for sure. But to the degree of which it changes, I think it just depends on that couple. You know what I'm saying? Like if if you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think you just gotta be like, hey, I'm with such and such now, so things gonna be different.
But you shouldn't have to say that because y'all friends.
I mean, yeah, but
like,
sometimes, whether it be the man or the woman, people do get jealous. So I mean, and if you choose, if this is the person you're gonna be in a relationship with, then you have to do that. Like you kind of gotta do that. You know what I'm saying? Let your friend know. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's gonna suck, but I mean, if that's the, the boundaries that you and your man or woman, your boyfriend or girlfriend, if that's what y'all discussed to have put in place, then you kind of got to do it if you want the relationship.
Yeah, you may not have like maybe like no late night, like maybe you wouldn't like necessarily go out as much, things like that. Like things like after a certain time, like I think things would change just out of respect for the other person. Like you probably wouldn't do as much, even though they don't know your friend like that. So I feel like, yeah, I gotta agree with Peanut. Like it would change, but it just depends on how much it would change. For me personally, I don't think it would change too much.
But the person could be cool, be like, you know what I'm saying? I know that's you've been rocking with,
like
your folk for however many years, and it's cool. Just I just don't be. I don't know. I'll say they probably just be like, just don't be disrespectful to the relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Now flip it, Peanut. What if your girl had a dude best friend? Do you think, would you feel a certain type of way if like they was hanging out and stuff and blah blah blah?
Me personally, like speaking for myself.
Yeah.
If Rocky had a male best friend.
I honestly no. Cause not me, first of all, but I wouldn't. Nah, I couldn't. Like I don't have that in me, honestly, to be a jealous person.
Don, how do you feel about this topic?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll probably talk some shit. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like couple side.
Say, what you call Derek to do it? No.
Okay, I'm gonna flip the question a little bit because this answers my question. Do we think that we're like a group of friends in a group setting, but your best friend that is the opposite sex, has it always been extremely platonic?
So you're saying
I think it kind of gotta be, right?
Well, sometimes you do know. Sometimes you do have people that you talk to for or whatever, and then y'all just became friends afterwards. Like y'all stopped on that level and just became friends, and then I know actually a lot of people that have friends that they used to talk to, and then now it's just normal. See, that does change a little bit.
Okay. I think that when most guys and females initially talk to each other, it might be something that they like, oh, he or she's kind of cute, and they go talk to him. But then as your relationship grows, you just naturally become more friends, or you either go into a relationship setting. I think everybody, like, relationship starts on like interest.
Yeah, basically.
It starts off interest. So you're interested in that person from some type of way, like whether you're attracted to them or their personality or something like that. But I mean, after you get to know them, you determine like, okay, or you might be flirting with them and they're not flirting back, so you just feel like you're in the friend zone, so you automatically gotta be friends with them or whatever. I think that, but initially I think it's always like out of interest.
So what about the ones that did actually, like, they used to talk?
Now I would feel some type of way about that.
Yes, not cool no more.
That I would feel some type of way, but
and they even though they kept like, they'd be like, oh no, we're just friends. It's not like that no more.
So going back to it, what I'm saying mainly is just what my question was mainly for the people that were strictly friends, never had any type of relations or anything like that. So here's my take on it. I feel that especially with being a female that has so many guy friends, from what I've seen, and then like from my friends' experiences and stuff, I feel like it's easier for a female to be friends with have a guy best friend for X amount of years, and then when they get into a serious relationship, if that person, like, before they got into a relationship, if like we was all friends, I think it's easier to be like, oh, that's the homie, type deal. Versus if they just come into the picture, then I think it's a little bit harder to accept. So like, I say this, like, a lot of the people that I went to college with, we can probably go hang out, that's in relationships, and got married or whatever. I can probably hang out with the wife or the husband by themselves and it not be any problem. But if I have a friend from college that, they met their spouse or their significant other outside of college and they don't know me, they might feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So like, I say like my group of friends, the Shady House, if I can say that we can go travel together and it'll be no problem, right? For the most part, with all of us, right? Now, there has been times where I say, like, our friend Jordan, his girlfriend, well, his fiance, she didn't go to school with us or whatever, but he initiated, told him, like, like, these is my friends that I hang out with, and Ashley is my best friend, this and that. Like, he told him the situation. She came on trips with us. She figured it out for herself. She cool with it. It's never been any ill intent. Shout out to Brittany. That's the homie. But you have some other guys, that guy friends that might not have had. Well, their fiance might feel some type of way just with the friendship you have, just because you've known them for X amount of years, right? Mm-hmm. But they kind of feel like they have a deeper connection. You have a deeper connection with them than they do at the moment.
I think, though, whatever the situations where one girl or guy friend is okay with it and the other isn't, is between the couple and not really the friends.
Yeah.
I agree.
So it's one of those things where there must be a lack of trust or something in the relationship already. So it's not really a target at you have a girlfriends. It's the target at I don't trust you. So
no, I agree with that 100%.
I honestly think because it's hard to say if I would be okay with it or wouldn't be okay with it, because I don't know who the person is. Like, you would have to give me a reason not to be okay with it.
But that's why I say I think it's really about like the setting and like where you met them. Because if all y'all know each other, it's not a big deal. But if one side doesn't know that person, then it's like, I got to figure this out. Like I've had friends to this day. Like when we went out, Darnell's girlfriend Deville was like, yeah, Darnell and Deville was talking about you, and I'm like, who this bitch Nike? I was like, damn. I'm like, damn. Like, I was like, why I gotta be a bitch though? And then she was like, but nah, you cool people afterwards. She was like, it's just because I didn't know who you are. And then, you know, like my man talking about some female with his bro. I'm like, well, who is she? Like, why have I not heard about her until now? You know, type deal. So I get it. But I mean, hey.
Yeah. Nah. Yeah. It's I don't know.
I think you see it more so from a female perspective than a guy perspective. I don't think guys trip, or they might not show it. They might not show that they're tripping on it. But females is more be vocal.
Nah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I just think you gotta just lay that foundation, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and let it go its course, honestly.
So is it harder for a female to be best friends with a guy, or is it harder for a guy to be best friends with a female?
Is it harder for a female to be best friends with a guy?
Yeah, that's female that's in a relationship be best friends with a guy versus a guy in a relationship best friends with the female, like a female friend.
Yeah.
I think that's hard to answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it could be. We go either way.
Yeah, I can see that going either way.
It can go either way.
Guys
But it'd probably be harder. It'd probably be harder for the guy. It'd be harder for the guy. Yeah, because he probably gets pressure put on him. Like, hey, who is such and such? You know.
I can see dudes doing that too, though.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think there's a sensitivity level when it comes to that. Like, guys are just as sensitive if they see their girl. I remember about a year ago, honestly a year from today, around this time, I was doing a little question thing on Instagram, and I was dating someone, but I posted, somebody said, I don't remember, somebody said something, and I posted, nah, I think it said, are you single? Yes, it's a hot girl summer. Completely joking.
Oh, yeah.
And the person got extremely sensitive and then talked for 2 days.
Oh, okay.
No,
Hey,
I feel that too, Dom.
And look at you.
I'm the type of female that I don't trip over little stuff. Like, my thing is, if you fuck up, you fuck up, and I move on. Like, that's me, right? But in my younger days, because I've changed a lot now. In my younger days, you know, like.
With a comment said, yeah, hot boy summer too now. What's good?
Man, in my younger days, though, low key, like, I hated being checked up on with a guy. Like, I didn't like guys knowing, like, asking me a whole bunch of questions and stuff, like where my whereabouts, and then questioning stuff that I would post on social media. Like, that's irky to me. I'm like, that's some female stuff. Like, you shouldn't be doing it. You know, so you mean like the guy just checking on you, like, you know, like every day, like, you know, how you doing? How was your day? No, like, you know, want to know what I'm doing, like where I'm at, like when I'm out, like who you with, like type deal. Like, I don't like all that. Like, you got to work on your insecurities. Like, for me, I'm not, if my dude goes out and he's out with his friends or whatever, I'm not expecting the worst. You know, like, if he do some shit, then I'm like, all right, you do some shit, it's over and done with. I find out it's over and done with. But I'm not gonna be like sweating you like the whole time, like, oh shit, like, where you at? What you doing? This and that. Like, that I don't have the energy for it, really.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So for when guys do shit like that, that's really, I feel like that's a female trait, first off.
Listen to you.
Uh-oh. Bang, bang.
I feel like that's a female trait. So I'm like, what? Come on, you gotta work on your insecurity.
Nike said, no men with emotions. We over here.
Speaking of female traits,
no simps.
I have a good question. I had this long, heated debate with someone yesterday. Peanut, do you celebrate Father's Day yesterday, being that you're a soon-to-be father?
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I went to Houston.
Oh, okay. Well, happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day, Peanut.
Appreciate it.
So I had a conversation with someone who said he deleted the tweet because he got called out a lot. For those of you who are saying all lives matter, no. For those of you who are telling your single mothers Happy Father's Day, that's the same as all lives matter. I'm not trying to hear that. This day is for fathers only.
Definitely not the same. I definitely told my mama happy
Not
Father's
the same at all.
Me
That is
too.
not the same at all. That is not the same at all.
Hey, you know what's crazy? Speaking of that, I seen one. You know how you get your memories from Facebook? I had a memory saying Happy Father's Day to my mama from like 2011.
Me too.
So everybody is clear with that is not the same,
That
and
is not the same at
we
all.
do not feel like a Father's Day has a specific gender role.
Yeah, no.
It's
I feel like if my father was in the only person in my life, I would tell him Happy Mother's Day.
that is the conversation I had because he said you don't see that on Mother's Day, and I was like, first of all, Black men are hyper masculine.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
And
that's kind of like, I
want
would
you to
go
say
ahead and-
that, and let's not act like because of the failed system and oppression that there aren't more Black men not in their kids' lives than Black mothers. And so
Yeah, because that's a conversation that's not talked about.
yeah, and that's why I had to bring it up, because usually I see that every Father's Day where someone has something to say about mothers being told Happy Father's Day. But for you to then sit there and say that's like saying all lives matter when Black men are mass incarcerated, they're getting killed by the police at this time, you cannot compare the two. And so being that mothers have to put in double the work because of a failed system most of the time, or not father not being able to get a job to provide, they can get double the acknowledgement on the holiday.
Sure.
And yeah, so that was just a debate I had yesterday, and so I wanted to hear you guys' viewpoint.
Yeah. He a little off on that one, just a little bit. He got to go back in the lab, go tweak that one.
Hey, get out of here.
He didn't read the room right. He didn't read the room.
At all.
Nah. It's definitely not the same. You know, it's not the same because shit. Like, you know, if your mom's been there doing everything for you, you know, then yeah. I mean, it's just. No, it's you could definitely tell your mom's Happy Father's Day for sure.
Yes, that's
And it comes off insensitive when, and I know this person personally, we've hashed this out yesterday, but it becomes insensitive when you grew up in a 2-parent household.
Yeah.
So you don't have to deal with these circumstances. And so, yeah, it was just.
Well. In that regard, coming from a 2-parent household, you could say, well, you saying that shit is like saying all lives matter.
That's what I was thinking. What I wanted to say, yeah.
Yeah. Nah, man. Shout out to the
flip the script on them.
Shout out to the fathers out there, man.
Shout out to all the fathers.
Shout out to all the active dads, man.
Yeah.
And the mothers putting in work, you know.
And the moms doing both. And I mean, and single fathers that's doing both, because there's a lot out there that's doing both.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So with that, I mean, what we got? Say let's do more. Anybody got?
That was my say let's do more.
Oh, that was just say let's do more?
Yeah, to people who feel that you can't tell your mother Happy Father's Day and vice versa. Say let's do more. Say less and mind your business, actually.
Mind your
business.
Now, I don't think I gotta say let's do more.
It's been kind of quiet in these streets. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's because everybody's scared of getting canceled.
Everybody's canceled.
Everybody's scared to get canceled, right? So, I mean, I guess I say let's do more would be just making sure like you reading the room, knowing your audience before. I mean, this is kind of the trend of all say let's do more. Like, know your audience.
Yeah.
And we really didn't speak too much about. Oh, actually, I gotta say let's do more. My say let's do more goes to T.W. Shannon at the damn Trump rally. Soon as. That's who I say let's do more. And I'm not gonna even give y'all any background. I just want y'all to go search T.W. Shannon at the Trump rally and go look at this man and listen to what he has to say. Period.
Yeah.
And then go and look at all the videos from these Black people that Trump hired to come speak at his rally, talking about he has funded the HBCUs with the most money during his presidency. Like, this is absurd. And we didn't really get into that this episode, but yeah, that's my say let's do more. I'll get all the Black people that Trump hired to come to his Trump rally and get stuff started up.
I'll give Trump say let's do more for telling us simple math that if we keep testing for corona, we're going to keep finding more cases.
Right.
Like, thanks.
That boy got that.
Oh,
He had the audacity
our
to say,
president.
we just don't test.
We won't find more cases.
We'll find more cases.
Yeah, so play less and get away. Go away.
Yeah,
Man, if I gotta give one, I give it to my man Stephen A. Smith because he been pissing me off. Honestly, Stephen A. Smith.
Damn, what'd he do, bro?
Conan.
Well, for y'all that don't know, the NBA is trying to come back, and some players is not cool with it. They basically say like, Corona plus, but more plus it's the fact that while this movement right now, this cultural awakening that's happening with white people, they don't want to be a distraction to that. Basically, is what they're saying. They don't want people like Kyrie Irving, Dwight Howard, some people, Avery Bradley. They was saying we shouldn't play. It's going to be a distraction. And then you got people on the other side that say you can play and basically you can do both. You can play and still bring awareness or whatever. So Stephen A. Smith basically just shuts down the people that, like Kyrie Irving, and he's kind of been the hit.
Yes. Shout out to Kyrie. He doing what he needed to do.
Yeah, Kyrie said he would give up everything for he was like he been saying it's fishy. This is fishy. They want us here with all this stuff, blah blah blah. So shout out to him. But yeah, Stephen A. Smith basically got on there and just not even tried to be understanding at all. He, as soon as the topic came up, he said, well, he was like, no, I don't agree. And first of all, they're ignorant, they're foolish. He's going off on them, not even being not even a little bit understanding. And my man Shannon Sharp, shout out to Shannon Sharp, greatest man on TV right now.
Uncle Shay.
Uncle Shay. Honestly, Uncle Shay might be wasting his talent talking sports. Because when he starts talking politically and social justice and stuff, bro, it's really captivating. It's entertaining.
Yeah,
he really do. But he had the same question, and when he answered it, he was a little more. It's funny because him and Stephen A. Smith had the same ultimate view. They think that the players should play. But Stephen A. Smith condemning them. Shannon Sharp, he was like, no, I understand what they're doing. He was like, but I just feel like they could do both, whatever. So, but yeah, Stephen A. Smith, man, I can't funk with him.
Get out of here. And I can say that I don't really watch sports, but I've seen numerous clips where shout out to Max Kellerman, who
Max
to defend. Us when you have Stephen A. Smith acting out of ass,
Boy, Stephen A. Smith be
together, and I like him.
He be trying to anything that got to do with the money. He be trying to protect that money, man. I swear. But Max be unbiased. Max be trying to understand. He be like, okay. And then T.O. called Stephen A. Smith. I don't know if y'all remember that. T.O. called him out. He said, Max is blacker than you.
Yeah.
Boy, Stephen A. got
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, shout out to Max for saying less and doing more. But on a brighter note, y'all listen to y'all like Krispy Kreme donuts?
Yes.
Yeah, I rock with them.
Everybody likes Krispy Kreme donuts, right? So I found out a little cheat code for Krispy Kreme donuts. So if you buy a dozen Krispy Kreme donuts, you sign up for the rewards, you get a free dozen. Krispy
Right there. For your next trip.
Next trip. They send it to you immediately. And then on top of that, if you download the app will tell you when the light is on.
Hey, do more. Say less. Say less. Say no more. We need to do more.
And they deliver. And they deliver.
Hey,
so I'm glad that this episode was a little lighter from our past 3 episodes, because it has been a dark time. So I'm glad we were able to joke around and laugh a lot more.
I do have some news, guys.
Oh,
it's not bad. It is a struggle thinking of rap songs to name these titles. And so we may have to go back to just clever, like Molly Wop. I thought that was more creative than the rap songs I be thinking of. Like UNITY, great, but I literally just thought of the first woke song that came in my head. It's not as creative as I would want it to be. So,
you don't even have to let the people know that.
No, we need to let them know because we were doing a thing, and now I have to let them know Watch
They
with
just going with it was like, dang, these titles is hot.
Yeah, that's some fire titles, boy.
And with the little background in it too.
Hey man. Hey, shout out to Don, man, our creative director. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Crazy.
Don keep us on track, man. She keep us on track with the agenda, everything. Like,
stop.
real salute. We give today we giving Diamond her flowers.
Hey man.
Let's give Don. Please.
Thank you guys. Thank you
Hey,
guys.
you know, in the beginning it was a little shaky.
It was.
Yeah, but she came through for us.
Came back to the clutch, like the final 3 seconds.
Man, hey, 15 episodes later, we're still rocking.
We here.
15 episodes. So if you're not already, make sure you follow us on social media at The Say Less Pod. That's at The Say Less Pod. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Say Less Podcast. Email or DM us at the
Say Less Podcast 4. Are we doing email?
email, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Say Less Podcast 4 at gmail.com. That's Say Less Podcast, the number 4 at gmail.com. Holla at us. We'll get back with you ASAP.
It's lit.
Peace.
Yes, sir.